All right, time now is 8:47 a.m. on June 13th. Um yeah, so I slept really late. I After finish watching Inglorious Bastards, it was already 3:30 a.m. So I immediately took a shower and went to bed. So I didn't have time to pack at all. It's still all over the place on full display. And the cockroach fumigation pest control people will be coming at around 10 maybe. So I'm gonna just try to pack it all up really like right now. Um but yeah, I'm still processing yesterday. Yesterday is still unbelievable for me. It still doesn't feel real, and it's just incredible. I feel like a different person. I feel like there's something that I would daydream about when I was 14 or 15. Like, wow, I mean, it's just insane. And the fact that Pepper's there with me to experience it, it's just amazing, honestly. And I'm so glad that happened, because if it's just me, then it would feel so wrong. It would feel so out of reality, and it would feel so wrong. But because Pepper's there, Pepper's almost like an anchor to reality, and Pepper also get to experience this shit firsthand at the same time as I do. Because yeah, apparently fumigation, anti-cockroach fumigation is toxic. So I'm going to have to literally everything here is basically fucked. In other words. All right, time now is 9:36. I packed more stuff. So this is all the food in my cabinet. It really is, aside from the stuff I picked up from yesterday. Um, and clearing this up is not as difficult as I thought it would be. This is literally all the food. The granola bar, the peanut butter, the soup, the cup noodle, candy, everything. Chocolate, cookies, they're all here. That's good. This means, this luggage will remain here, unfortunately. Alright. All my dirty clothes is in the dirty clothes bag. This is my dirty shower towel, which I'll be washing. And I also cleared up a lot of the space here and put it in a box right here. I also used toilet paper bag to store some of my other stuff. Alright, so it's 9:45 and this is what I got yesterday. So this is evidence that yesterday actually did happen. This is the pastry on Hong's table, and he told us to take it because, and as an international student who's broke as fuck, I see food, might as well take it. So this is from a bakery called Porto. John L quite liked this. Wow. Like, sweet and crispy outside, straight up butter in the inside. Like straight up butter. Tastes really good, not gonna lie. Yeah. Alright, then let's try this thing, this monstrous thing. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's some blueberries in it. I don't know, because it's with those blueberry muffins. Okay. Actually, oh, maybe it's an apple Danish. Alright, well, it is what it is. Breakfast time. Yep. It's an apple Danish. Yes. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
They do less like your dishes, you know? What do you think? I would say it's getting better compared to when we did most.
So apparently they're not fumigating. I'm already halfway done with my cleanup. Time now is 11:05 a.m. in the morning. I just spent like maybe half an hour just putting everything back. It's back, just like before, except not quite exactly. This luggage is gone. I put everything back. I wish at the end of that gathering last night, I wish we would have just like all like sat in a row and all take a photo or something like like how it's done 100 years ago, you know, just a bunch of intellectual teenagers working for a better future. Like, holy shit, man. Holy shit. I have a story to tell. I have quite a story to tell. And we also talked about university application, and John L was like, oh, someone's calling me. It's the Chinese boss lady. Tiny update. It's 11:24. The Chinese boss lady called me and told me to come to the well today at 4 p.m. And I thought to myself, well, no. I mean, I can go watch Crimes of the Future tomorrow night. And also go to Ralph's as well tomorrow. And I know I'm really tired, but I can still walk and talk. But no, I don't want to. So I stood up for myself and I said, I actually originally planned for something to do. Time now is 1:20 p.m. I just want to add a statement. I just realized that me eating a burrito for dinner in order to celebrate the ending of the final exams is 2 days ago. It's just the day before yesterday. It felt like a whole week has passed. Yesterday is so rich and dense of a day that it basically felt like a whole week. Holy shit, I'm winning. I'm winning. Alright, here I am. I almost got late for the bus, but here we go. Crimes of the Future. Let's go. I didn't even have to show my ID. I brought my passport with me, but apparently it doesn't matter. Alright, movie over. I almost fell asleep in the middle. I'm gonna have to wait for half an hour. Fuck, why? It's like I just missed one. I don't know, but I have to wait for half an hour. It's gonna be 10 p.m. by the time I arrive at home, maybe even later. Okay, so maybe this had gone bad already, so there's only one way to find out. It's been sitting in the fridge for 4 days, not in the freezer. And it smells a little weird and it looks a little weird, but who cares? I'm gonna die anyways, yay. Oh, fuck, it does smell weird. It smells like bread. I cooked, and the salmon steak I bought, it was my fault, man. It was my fault. After I bought it in Nijiya Market, I just put it in the fridge, and I forgot to, take it out, wrap it around my plastic wrap, and put it in the freezer. So now it's kind of suspicious because it's been sitting inside my fridge for 4 days. And it has a very fishy smell, and it has a strange layer of grayish, brownish thing underneath the skin, which is supposed to be more normal. It's supposed to be fatty tissue, but I guess there's still something very fishy about it. Like, even though there's this amazing, awesome meetup with HKOS on Sunday, I wish we had taken a photo together. Goddamn. Life goes on. Today I'm all by myself again. Salmon is spoiled. Watched a movie by myself. Came back home by bus. Yada yada. life goes on. But at least right now I got cred, you know. I'm there, I'm witnessing something. Christian DM'd me on Discord before I could DM him. He asked me for my phone number because he and Ella spoke, and Ella said, you know, she wants to hang out with us, our little group, continuously after the class ends, which is impeccable. That has never happened to me ever since college. Like, after class ends and people still hang around, consistent friendship? What? Unfortunately, it doesn't work. I have an Android phone. You can't add me in a group chat. And the fact that I reconcile with Pepper and Pepper's really nice towards me now, and also the fact that I have learned and now I have the ability to just ask people for Instagram and chat with them and socialize and ask them out to hang out. Because of this, level 2 is technically already complete. I mean, I don't have 3 close friends, and I'm definitely not in a tight gang, but I feel like to a degree I've already like significantly reached a point where I'm just better now. It's I never thought this day would come. I thought this day would never come because maybe it's a me thing. Maybe I'll never be satisfied, but no, I am satisfied right now. Alright, time now is 12:46 afternoon on June 14th. We're kind of halfway through June already. Damn. But a lot has happened, definitely. Faux show, faux show. Last night I weighed myself, and guess what, babies? Guess what? 126.1 pounds. Goddamn, I am gaining weight. That is a gain, if I must say so. That is a gain. So yeah, today's gonna be a really nice, chill day. I'm going to go to Ralph's and buy food. I'm going to probably do some rewrites and moderations to my script. I'm going to film review, watch a bunch of TV shows and watch a movie tonight, and that's it. Really, like, I don't got much else to do. But for the first time, you know, I have summer holiday, an American summer holiday, and that's that. And I would also love to record myself over the course of quarantine and holiday. Is that a package delivery or is that someone? Alright, it's 6:03. I waited for the bus for like 10 minutes, so all my ice cream should be melted. I'm so happy. So first of all, we got the circular box of potato salad. Next up, we got the Mexican casserole frozen food. Okay, so for the meats, we got the chicken thighs with skin this time. Okay, I'm gonna be extremely careful because of PTSD. Beef patties. Alright, it's probably all melted, but strawberry sorbet. Shredded cheese. And pork chops. Right. Nothing else. Instead of buying a box of spinach, I got the Caesar bag. Caesar salad bag. Alright, fuck, alright. 1 orange. Potatoes. Sour Patch Kids, which I've never tried before. Yellow onion. Noosa yogurt mango flavor. Snickers. And finally, chocolate milk. Hopefully it doesn't go bad this time.
Advice, you know, when it comes to like, because I'm not just friends with Elsa to be.
Oh, Zara wants to call. Okay, so I'll end this quick. Cindy and her friend has been speaking in the dining room for like 4 hours now. I originally wanted to wait for them to finish so that I can cook my dinner and eat it, but All right, time now is 3:14 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to take a shower and go to bed immediately right now. Nothing important happened today. Nearly 2 hour long, precisely 1 hour and 40 something minutes long Discord call with Zara. Nice to hear her voice. And Zara wants to go to New Orleans for some reason, which is again a place that I don't know too much about, and it's in the south of USA, so I don't know how safe it is, but regardless, I will not be able to join her because I will be leaving Hong Kong and going back to LA on August 16th. It feels like I've gone somewhere. It feels as though I have already reached a point where I'm super social, but that's an illusion. That's an illusion because I have become super social now, and I just went from someone very low to, it's a high jump. It's a very crazy high jump. But just because I jumped very high doesn't mean I'm near the top. In fact, I'm still barely halfway. Like I said, if 0 is super lowly outlier, just a sort of abandoned by the society, not outlaw, just outlier, fringes of the society, and 100 is like the most extroverted, socially connected, popular person you can ever know. I'm probably right now, okay, before I came to LA, it's like 5. And then maybe in April and May, I'm like 10. Or actually not even 10, like 8. Yeah, 8 maybe. And 5 as in, 5 back in Hong Kong, and then the whole thing resets when I arrived in LA. 8. And now I just went from 8 to 20. I feel like I have arrived at 20, which is insanely high, but I still have 80 to go, and I don't have to be at the very top. My goal is really like 80%-ish, really. So that's that. All right, time now is 12:34 afternoon on June 15th. I had a good sleep, even though I slept extremely late. At 4:15 a.m. in the morning, I slept all the way until 12:20. Natural wake up. Another 8 hours. Good stuff. I feel strong. Yeah. So today's gonna be a very chill day. I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna do the laundry because my dirty clothes are piling up. I'm gonna go to Nijiya Market and buy some sushi, I think, because I have a craving for sushi. I want to do that. I want to do this once a month, or maybe even more, because back in Hong Kong, we go to an Aeon and buy sushi almost like once every 2 to 3 weeks and have a sushi night, plans in terms of socialization. I would like to, I'm going to tell Jonah my requirements for my actors. I'm going to try to speak to Pepper again. I'm going to, Pepper's not like voluntarily starting conversations with me. Anyways, by the way, all right, let's try the potato salad in a round plastic cup. I feel like Ralph's has rebranded their plastic cups. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right, time now is 7:07. This is what I got. Cup noodle, onigiri. That is a spicy tuna onigiri. For vegetables, I know it's a little pricey, but beans. Next up, I got karaage chicken. This is dinner tonight. God damn it, it's all fucked because of the bag. But this is gonna be my dinner. Sushi. My dinner is gonna be this and half of this, and also this, because why not? And if I don't finish it, it's totally fine. And $20 something. Oh, I also got free chopsticks, which I can keep, and then drink, which I will not drink tonight. All right. Yippee-ki-yay. $24. All right, it is dinner time. Karaage, onigiri, sushi, salad. I won't be able to finish all this, which is a good thing. Here's the sauce. Might as well do the whole thing. Okay. Alright, spicy tuna, onigiri, this time fresh. I didn't refrigerate it, so it should taste pretty fresh. Here we go. Alright, we got a nice assortment of sushi here. We got eel. This is bro, this is 名牌子, this egg, shrimp. I know this fish. Salmon. I don't really know what this is, but it's edible. And 3 tuna. They're really cutting it cheap. Alright. Let's get this. Okay. Ugh. It's coming apart. Okay. Here we go. Up. Okay. Yeah, nothing important happened today. As expected, I guess. I still haven't spoken to anyone. I did speak to Jonah, but he hadn't responded, so technically not. I want to speak to Pepper. I want to speak to Jorge about the USC short film. I did ask Zara yesterday. Okay, a couple things actually. So, Zara wanted me to talk about my own life experience here, but I don't know how to start because it's just too complicated. And so I asked Zara, like, do you want to ask me any questions? So Zara asked me if I'm constantly asking girls out. And I'm like, what? Who told you that? And she said, oh, from multiple sources. Like, no, she said 啲人講, which means the people are saying. And I'm like, the people? I only spoke to Miriam about my life here in detail. I told Miriam about Pepper. And I think I did tell Natalie about it, but I told Miriam in like a great detail, So how is it that the people are talking about me? How am I so important and famous suddenly? And apparently Natalie told her. I guess Natalie may or may not have the misconception that I'm really like asking people out again and again. In fact, I kind of am, but also not in an extremely frequent manner, So at the end of the day, I'm still never going to be as social as anyone else in the world. But I'm trying my best. Whereas I don't know about Natalie, but Natalie told me she had only made 2 close friends in the entirety of her uni life, which is already infinitely more than me because I'm sitting at 0 so far. And close friends, I mean legitimately people who you completely trust type of close friends. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm right in that level 2. To think that level 2 is plausible is naive, because I've reached a point and I've reached a state and I've entered a situation where having consistently close friends who you can really trust and constantly hang out is basically nearly impossible because of the environment that we're in, because of college, because of everything that's happening. All right, time now is 1:11 p.m. 1:11 p.m. on June 16th. Of course, the moment I start filming myself, someone has to come back home. Of course. Today, essentially, I'm going to just do a review. I'm gonna eat food. Oh, I still have the laundry in the dry machine. Fuck. I forgot about that. And then I will go out and watch Top Gun Maverick with my roommates, which is going to be a very strange experience because it's the first time I've had something like this. I have an experience like this with my roommates. It kind of brings me back to the time I watched The King's Man with my host family, which is an absolute freaking nightmare because the only thing I can think of after watching the movie is how much I want to leave. So, yeah, hopefully it's alright. Hopefully it goes right. People have been speaking to me for a bit as well. So I've been, I spoke to Pepper a little bit because I asked Pepper, what sort of stuff do I have to do, to, go back to Hong Kong on the, aside from testing, and she said I need to fill in this, health form thing. And then, next up, there's, Jonah. I continue to speak to Jonah about the casting for my actors. Yeah, Jonah also asked me if I'm free on Saturday 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Because there's a fellowship event thing which I don't really care for. But I don't want to say no because I feel like I'm being too inactive in church other than going to church and going to different places for lunch. I'm not really doing anything. And I feel like the church folk are noticing that and are scratching their chins. Like, is this Enoch guy legitimately Christian? Alright, time now is 2:40. We have some unfortunate news here. So apparently Cindy's not feeling really well today and she doesn't want to watch the movie. Which kind of throws a wrench into my plan because I planned to watch the movie so that I can review it tomorrow so that, so that it all works out. I have all my movies dates planned, okay? Okay. So, I'm making this video right now because I am extremely bored. Today is one of the first times I had in my life in USA where I truly had nothing to do. Okay, I don't have schoolwork. I don't got nothing to do. I didn't have an appointment. I don't go outside or do anything at all. Like, Cindy's sick. She has fever apparently. She thinks she has fever. She asked me and Jared if we have a thermometer. I don't. I literally come from Hong Kong. I wouldn't bring a thermometer here, okay? Regardless, I will have to watch next week, even if it's by myself. Because again, tomorrow there's The Well on Saturday, unless I watch it on Saturday night. I think that's totally possible. But on Saturday, I'm going to hang out with Kevin. Alright, fine. I asked him if Jorge has followed him back, and he said no. Because Jorge didn't follow me back. And, he said he unfollowed Jorge. I mean, you do you, but me, I have to constantly socialize. I have to constantly branch out. I've yet to enter the EAS. And by enter, I mean, be a little deeper into it, I don't know what to say to Pepper because it's just really weird. I and Pepper aren't really close with one another, let's be honest here. But, given the insanity that is last Sunday, I would like to just talk to her about it, really. So, I spoke to her. I started off with something different. I asked her, what do I need to do to leave Hong Kong, other than test? And she said, you need to fill in this health form thing. then I just directly said, "What do you think of last Sunday?" I said it's miraculous. It feels really crazy and miraculous for me. Like, I've never done this before. Maybe you're different, but I've never done something like this before. Going into some random address, meeting a bunch of people I've never seen before, like, it's crazy. And she said she doesn't feel belong. And I asked why, and she said, "Yeah, well, because I'm just really young, and everybody in that room is just like so much older, and they're working here, working there already." And I'm like, "Yeah, both of us are just two of the youngest people." And then I said, but still, I've never done this before. I feel like X-Men. And to that, she didn't even respond. She probably read my message. I can't tell if she's read my message or not. I can't. All right, time now is 12:57 after midnight. It's say it with me, 4 words. Nothing important happened today. That's right, folks. Nothing important happened today. So, yeah, I didn't leave the apartment at all. Stayed at home completely. Yay. And Christian will be my producer, so, I mean, technically it's not my job to figure out the whole shooting schedule, okay? I don't want to. It's a pain in the ass, but I'll have to. That's it, man. That's it. That's all. Spoke with Cedric a little bit. So there's this random account that followed me a few days ago. Turns out it's Cedric. Because I took a screenshot and I sent it to Cedric and I asked him, "Do you know who this is?" And he's like, "Guess who?" And I'm like, "Okay, so it's you." Because if it's not you, then you wouldn't say "guess who." You would just say, "I don't know." And it also follows Sharon, Daryl, and Jeffrey, and only a few other people. So I couldn't really tell who exactly it is. But yeah, also apparently Sharon is followed by Lachun and Lester Jong, who are both slightly to moderately famous Hong Kong artists. Well, I guess I've always known that Zane likes cosplaying, but I didn't know that she's like actually being very serious about it. So she has a pretty long running, maybe has been running for a couple years already, back in 2020, since 2020, a cosplay account where she just puts on outfits and, just a really regular cosplay account. Of course, she like shows some cleavage in some photos and puts on heavy makeup. But when I see these posts, I'm like, I just think, like, wow, different people have gone on different trajectories. Leo's transitioned into a woman. She's Zane's a cosplayer now. Natalie may become a teacher for real. A lot of people are going on to very interesting and unpredictable trajectories, and hopefully so am I. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. Things happen in Los Angeles. Sometimes I feel like I'm going insane because of the things I talk about. The whole, oh my god, making friends is a game of chess. All these people, all these connections. And then me, when I speak to Zara, I even stop and think to myself, am I being too in over my head? Am I being too, like, insane? Because I speak to Zara and I tell her about, oh, my life is a video game, and how there's a spider web, and there's EAS, and there's how, everything's connected, and, I'm trying to make it in this world. Like, I wake up and it's not like real life, it's just a game, It's like I'm deteriorating into a state of schizophrenia because of Los Angeles. And sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I need to tone it down. Like, even in front of Thomas, I tell him, oh, I've been planning on getting Red's Instagram for weeks already. I've been planning this, planning that. And he's like, okay, you're just a social climber. You just sound like a social climber. So maybe I should really just tone it down, and maybe going back to Hong Kong will give me that dose of reality again, which I very much need. Or maybe not. Maybe if I go back to Hong Kong, I will lose my sense of belonging because all my worries right now are in LA. So when I go back to Hong Kong, when I go back to my bedroom, it's just a hollow shell. All right, time now is 12:14 afternoon on June 16th. 17th, fuck. It appears that June is going to be as uneventful as May, aside from the HKOS gathering. Alright, back to reality. Not a lot's gonna happen today. Not a lot's gonna happen today, tomorrow, or on Sunday. I do look forward to hanging out with Kevin tomorrow, though. But if he still has COVID, then I guess I'm gonna go to see Jonah and his fellowship meeting thing. So either way, something's gonna happen tomorrow. And then, so today I'm gonna go to the well. Great, so my computer crashed and I was like, screw it, so I grabbed myself some yogurt and guess what the fuck happened? I love my life. I'm gonna eat them all back up. That's 270 calories. I'm not wasting it. Alright, time now is 9:49 p.m. Without a doubt, today is extremely underwhelming. Nothing happened because Hana, the Japanese girl, didn't even show up. And apparently she also won't show up next week, so I don't know what to do. Also, in other news, check this out. Finally fucking happened. I injured myself. I cut myself with a knife, with a big knife. Not a small one, a big one. A big fucking knife. I cut myself in the finger, right here. And the Chinese boss lady, she gave me some alcohol wipes, Band-Aid, and a condom to cover. This is actually the first time in my life to have actually touched a condom, I think, or in fact seen one. No, I've seen it, but fuck, man, no Hana and this. Why? So this is gonna be the thumbnail. Let's make this even more thumbnaily. Fucking hell. That is going to be bit of a memorabilia. The time I finally injured myself. You know, it's only a matter of time. I mean, I'm not an expert in using knives. I'm not good with it, you know. It's only a matter of time until I injure myself. Today's the day. What the fuck is happening over there? Is there a fire? That's my fucking home. Come on, man.
If you left it in the
All right, time now is 10:31. You know what? I should do the thumbnail shot here, should I? This would be a better spot. Is this a better spot? Fuck. Outside, just right across the street, right there. Right there. You can't see it because it's nighttime, it's all black. But it's right out there. It's right out there. And by the time I arrive, the firefighters have put out the fire already, you know, people gathering outside. And, you know, Jared and Cindy are outside as well, just watching the fire. Fire's over, came back home, here I am. And they're gone now, again, because they're going to go upstairs and meet a couple of friends. They made a couple of friends because of the fire. This is such an American thing. And, you know, I cut myself, like I injured myself. And I said, now my injury has become the second most exciting thing today. And Jared's like, haha, healthcare because America. And then, but at the end of the day, making friends because of a fire is also a very American thing, or more so a very Western thing. So I'm like, making friends because of a fire, that's also very American. Even though Jared's technically Canadian, despite being born in America, Cindy's from Cameroonian, and the two friends they made apparently are French. Let's do the thumbnail again, shall we? Anyways, great, I have a cut. Okay, so let's start chronologically. I ran towards the bus stop. I wasn't late, thank God. I got off the bus. Oh, you know what? Storytime cooking. Got off the bus, you know. I was early by like 20 minutes. I stood at a spot. After, what the fuck even happened to this fucking paper toilet roll? Somebody soaked it in water. So I stood at a spot, and okay, you know what? Rewind, re-freaking wind. I left at 5:30 or 5:35, and I don't know why the time was moving so fast. I had this cup of yogurt, right? This yogurt. And I was like, okay, yes, let's eat this yogurt. And then the yogurt fucking flipped midair flip. And then it fell onto the ground. And I'm like, fuck. So, you know. But I can't waste it because I wasted my money on it. And it's good yogurt, you know. I just can't waste it. I'm not rich. So I ate yogurt off the ground. I grabbed a golden spoon. This exact one. And I grabbed this cup. And I started spooning yogurt off the ground and putting back onto the cup. And at a few points, I directly spooned the yogurt and put it in my mouth. And it's disgusting. And it's something that I would never, ever fucking do if I'm back in Hong Kong. But you know what? It's LA. I'm surviving right now. This is like Man vs. Wild, except this is Man vs. Los Angeles. And so yeah, I spooned yogurt into my mouth. Floor yogurt. But you know what? Who cares? Let's go to the well. So I went to the well. Right? I went to the well. And I stood outside the well for like 20 minutes. And I went in, and guess what? The Japanese girl, Hana, isn't there. What? Where is she? So... Oh, fuck. I need to defrost my chicken thighs. I am celebrating at unspoiled ground beef. This is how insane I am. Los Angeles has messed me up so bad. Alright, anyways, 2 chicken thighs today. And I got 4. So, that's nice. But yeah, you know, Hana's not there. So I told Guangzhou about this. And Guangzhou's like, she doesn't have a shift today. In fact, she doesn't have a shift next week as well. And I'm like, what? And she's like, he jokingly said, haha, you're probably thinking like, fuck, I shouldn't have come here. Anyways, next thing you know, there is a newcomer, but the newcomer is actually apparently an old classmate of the Chinese boss ladies, and she's also Chinese, and I didn't speak to her all that much, and that's that. So, you know, customers came, I made the ropes, I made the buckets, And I don't know why, like, I'm really well versed at this, by the way. Like, I've gone to the well many, many times already, and I'm pretty familiar with almost all of the buckets already. I know how to make all of them. Except when the Chinese boss lady showed up, I was exactly making a bucket that I wasn't sure of. And the boss lady saw me and was like, "You have to memorize, you have to work independently." And apparently the boss lady is like, she's in a bad mood the whole day. Like, she also argued with the other Chinese woman, and you know, when Guangzhou wanted to help me, she's like, "Oh no, don't help him, don't help him. He needs to learn himself." And then Guangzhou a little bit later was like, "Just ignore her, just ignore her." And then there was a huge line, and then Guangzhou came back, and then the Chinese boss lady was mad at him. She's like, "Why are you gone for so long? You told me you were only gonna take a 10-minute break." And he's like, "No, I told you it's 30 minutes. Okay, fine." And then there's a whole fucking line of people just lining up for buckets of waters. And it was insane, but I finally did it, and it was all finished. And at around 20 minutes before my shift ends, which is, by the way, 9:30 for some reason. So I can leave. Fuck these fucking blankets. Okay, fuck off. Okay, so 9:30 is the leaving time. So at around 9:10 maybe, there's this girl, right? There's this girl with kind of a dyed hair and like slightly dyed, like dyed it like a little red at the tip. Asian lady, like 75% of all our customers are ethnically East Asian, but that girl was like a little rude and a little cold-blooded. I was taking her order, and I asked her what's her name, because it's mandatory for the order, and she's like, and I'm like, "Your name?" And she's like, "Oh, Julia or something, I don't know." And then I was cutting the wood for her, and the knife touched. I was wearing a glove, right? We all had to wear gloves. The knife merely touched the surface of the glove, and then red liquid started to spill, and it's still inside the glove. It's like magic. How? Like, it didn't even it didn't even freaking touch my skin directly. Through the glove. Okay, through the glove, and now my finger is bleeding. And at first I'm like, okay, is this serious? Is this real? Is this strawberry juice, or is this real? It's real. So I took off my glove, and the Chinese boss lady was like, "Okay, rinse it." And the Chinese boss lady always speaks English to me, but like, she's so in a panic, she started speaking Mandarin to me, and it's just a shit show. And then she immediately found 2 alcohol pads, cloth, tissue for me, and then she found a Band-Aid, and she took like 5 minutes trying to open the Band-Aid, because she just can't open it with the gloves on, because her fingers are fatter with the gloves on. And then she kept opening, and I was just standing there waiting for her while I have my wound. But at that point, the bleeding already stopped for some reason. But anyways, I was waiting for the Band-Aid, and then Band-Aid on, and then she gave me a condom to put on the finger for some reason. And then I continued working. I can't tell this to my mom. I can't even tell this to my mom now. Speaking of Pepper, I continuously WhatsApped her, I guess, because I just want to open up to her. I just feel that's the only... If 19 years of living on Earth had taught me anything about socializing, it is that opening up is the best way to socialize. So, I told Pepper, actually, in April and May, I was really emotionally down, and the more I see other people being happy, the more I feel insecure, and I just feel really bad. So Pepper, I don't know if Pepper's thinking okay, this guy's fucking insane, right? Or is she legitimately like caring about me? I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. I don't want to scare Pepper, but at the same time, this is not scary. But at the same time, it is, you know. So I and Pepper are having this conversation, and still going on right now, and yeah, came back home. I'm cooking food. They're going up. I can't go up because I need to cook myself dinner. And I won't anyways because I'm tired as fuck. And that's it for today. Alright, it's 11:34. Fuck, it took me like an entire hour to defrost the chicken and to cook it. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna bake it. Even though I shouldn't, because apparently the pan is not bakeable. But I baked it for like 17 minutes and it's still raw in the middle. I give up. It's been a whole hour. The chicken will not be cooked. I'm cooking it right now still. But anyways, let's try the salad. The store-bought, in a bag, Caesar salad. Alright, so time now is 1:32 a.m. The screaming and the chatter outside has not been stopping for a whole hour already. Just non-stop energetic yelling. Just so much energy. It's great. So I'm just gonna end off today right here. And we have the deep talk. And I and Pepper have reached that point. We have deep talked with one another. And I don't know how to feel about it because maybe I have weirded her out. Maybe I weirded her out, but hopefully not. So, you know what? Let's rewind to our conversation, which actually began in Wednesday night. So I said, aside from doing the test, are there any things I have to do if I want to go back to Hong Kong? And on Thursday midnight, she said, fill in the health form, and then Thursday morning, it continued with, okay, what do you think of the gathering last Sunday? Because the whole thing is like a miracle, and then yada yada, I've talked about this already. And that's 10 p.m. when I was cooking, and I told her, during late April to mid-May, my emotional well-being was very bad. Like, seeing others happy made me feel very insecure. And then she responded, so do you mean that it is because you see other people happy, thus your emotional well-being is bad? Like, do you feel hurt when you see others being happy? And I responded with a laughing emoji, and I said, yeah, sort of like that. I mean, to be honest, the fact that I've survived in LA for 6 months, it's already a really good thing. Like, I shouldn't give myself a super high standard. It's just that I'm not very satisfied with myself. I already tried my best. LA is a scary place. And then she asked, how do I translate this? Are you not, comfortable with LA lifestyle? Or are you just not comfortable not being around your family? And I said, a bit of both. And then before going to USA, I didn't live much. I didn't live a life. I mean, somebody cooked for me, somebody washed my clothes for me, I don't have a job. I see friend once a month, or actually even less. Everybody's like, Hong Kong you, see you, joining a club, this and that. And I'm all alone. And I didn't have a goal in life. And then when I came to LA, everything's completely changed. Plus what happened in the first 3 months. In the surface, I may seem okay, but psychologically, it's not that easy to handle. You know, back then in secondary school, everybody's joking the same jokes, saying the same things. But after the DSEs, everybody's gone. They got their own life. I don't. And everything's scattered. But of course, I've moved on, and LA is my new beginning. Okay, so she responded an hour later. She said, and she wrote a whole paragraph as well. She said, but going to USA and study it implies that you have to handle yourself, that you have to solve all your own problems. I believe that going here to study is your decision. Jesus. But I think it's a good thing because this is the only thing I understand. And also, like, again, I tested out. Like, I tried to get out of the deep talk by talking about other stuff near the end. And if she can't get into the other stuff again, it's obvious that we're in too deep in that I've just become this insecure, broken ass dude. But the fact that I can jump back out and bring the conversation to somewhere else, it sort of implies that I'm not in too deep, you know, which is a good thing. So, you know, Pepper's gonna be leaving Hong Kong in leaving LA in 3 days, and I low key wish she would have invited me somewhere, like, yo, let's hang out. All right, time now is 12:39 afternoon on June 18th. Yeah, my hair looks like a mess, and I'm going to film. I'm going to eat a couple cookies for breakfast, and then we're going to go to Westwood for a late lunch. Because I didn't plan any lunch today. It was blank. That box is blank in my Google spreadsheet. Yeah, I'm going to eat a couple cookies, and I'm going to film a movie roundup video. And then that's it for today. And then tomorrow I'll go to church, and then on Monday I'll go to the well again. Hopefully at night I'll go to freaking watch Top Gun Maverick on Monday night, if that's okay. I'm happy the noise ended when I went to bed yesterday. Alright, it's 2:32, time to go out and meet this Kevin person. You know, for a moment, I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just inviting people out to places now. Fucking hell, I overshot by one stop, and now I'm in fucking UCLA. I'm gonna walk back. All right. Time now is 5:06 p.m. So I came back home, and yeah, a couple of things, I guess. This morning, okay, let's talk about Kevin first. So, I finally, after years and years and centuries and eons of waiting, I have finally seen Kevin in the flesh. So, by the time I arrived and saw Kevin, it was, like 3:15-ish. So, it was mediocre. Our hangout was underwhelming, to say the least. It's, I don't know, maybe it's because Kevin himself is also very socially awkward, just like me, so put two socially awkward person together, you get nothing but awkwardness. There's a lot of dead silence. He used his phone a lot. I didn't, because I was trying to socialize, and, it was very nothing. Like, we went to Westwood, and he's like, okay, you know any good restaurants? And I'm like, no. So he said he found a couple of Japanese restaurants and a Thai restaurant. So I'm like, we can try the Thai restaurant because it's been a long time since I've eaten Thai food. So we went to a Thai restaurant called Emporium Thai. And it is very expensive. It feels like a very expensive dinner and restaurant, and it is a very expensive restaurant. A normal regular dish is like 20 something dollars. So I wanted to eat pad thai because I was in the mood for pad thai, and I'm so happy that the chicken pad thai is only 18, actually 19 US dollars. But still, it's quite expensive, but it's a nice meal. It's a nice plate. It's actually a pretty big plate of pad thai. I ate it all and I feel fine, you know. And yeah, that's probably 800 calories, so that's pretty good. And so I went to the restaurant, we chatted a bit, and then after the meal, he's like, "Oh, I gotta go somewhere, because tonight I have an appointment with other people." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, so let's go." So both of us took bus number 1, and then we just left, and that's it. We didn't talk about much. We talked about the basic stuff, you know, how long has it been since you've arrived at LA? You know, how many Hong Kongers do you know? What's your major? What's your living experience? And what do you plan to do in the future? That's all, you know, all that stuff really. Nothing all that fancy. Basically the surface level stuff. But we didn't talk about much. I guess the most remotely interesting stuff we talked about is about Pepper and Jorge. So again, Kevin's roommate used to be Jorge, the Panaman guy who I'm DMing on Instagram throughout the last few days. And for the longest time, ever since the first day I met Pepper, when I saw Pepper's Instagram and I saw that she and Jorge are telling each other I love you, like you know, I thought they're dating. But then recently, a couple weeks ago, when Pepper gave me the Instagram of Jorge, and I found his Instagram, it doesn't seem like Jorge is dating Pepper. It doesn't seem like that. So I'm starting to think, are they actually not dating? What's going on? So I just asked, you know, I just asked Kevin. Moreover, I asked him, okay, are they two dating actually? And I've never asked anyone this. I've had this assumption for 4 fucking months, and I've never asked why. I've never really asked anyone. I'm just using my detective brain, man. It's right. The answer's right there. The Instagram post comments. I love you back. This is simple as that. And then, both expectedly and unexpectedly, Kevin said, no, Jorge and Pepper are not dating. And I explained to him my reasoning, and he said, oh, well, they just playing. In fact, Jorge's even closer with that Taiwanese girl. That Taiwanese girl that Pepper's also friends with, apparently Jorge and that Taiwanese girl is even closer. 2 more things. So earlier today I WhatsApped JT and asked her American phone number. And finally I Zelled her money. The money she paid for the Uber ride during spring break when we went to the Grove and Melrose Avenue, that very miserable time. Yes, I finally paid her. And she's like, thank you, I almost forgot. But that's nice. Second of all, in the morning today, Cindy told me, you know, why are you putting the dishes in the sink? Like, you gotta put them in the dishwasher. And I'm like, and I don't know, I mean, how would I do a rebuttal against that? I mean, I can't really explain why. I really have no explanation. So I'm just like a loser, because I really cannot explain, you know. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll put them in the dishwasher. So I put them all in the dishwasher. Next thing you know, my other roommate, Jared, he went to WhatsApp and he's like, at Enoch Lai, me. He said, oh, don't put the cutting board and the knife at the sink. So I put everything into the dishwasher, aside from the cutting board and the knife, because for centuries old, the cutting board and the knife have always been in the sink so that I can use them immediately. Like, so yeah, you know, that's that, I guess. And I don't got much else to say. The rest of today is gonna be boring, and the rest of the month is gonna be boring probably. I'm gonna finish my script. I have to finish my script, in fact. Yeah, that's all. That's really all I need to do.